So today I'm having a look at another product from Fractal Design. This is their Newton R2 800 watt power supply. So we had a look at the Tesla the other day, which is, according to them, a very similar platform, but the big difference is that the Newton is modular. Okay, there are a couple other key differences. They're both 80 plus, but the Newton also includes a 135 millimeter fan instead of a 120 millimeter fan. So let's have a look at what it says about itself on the box. First of all, they have a chart here that gauges the noise level versus the wattage of power output. So they're saying it stays under 30 decibels even if you're going up to 800 watts of power. But you can see the sweet spot is in the 350 to 400 watt range. Like most power supplies, you get the quietest, most efficient operation at about half of the rated output. Okay, attached cables and modular cables, we'll get into those when we open it up, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. We've got a picture of it. It's an award-winning series with a focus on high power output and low noise level. That seems to be what Fractal Design is all about in general. Another key difference with the Newton series is that we're looking at a single 12-volt rail. So that's a 60-amp 12-volt rail capable of providing up to about 720 watts of power. Now, I do like to see power supplies that can provide at or near their entire rated output on the 12-volt rail, because systems are so 12-volt heavy these days that that's really the most important one. But I mean, you gotta, not everyone's going to be speccing their power supplies out the same way, and you gotta accept that. So let's get this open. Yeah, there's nothing really along there. Okay, so opening up the box, taking off the, check this out, I have a knife today. Yes, success. Okay, we have a user's manual. The user's manual is in probably 6 different languages, like their other user's manuals, including Swedish, because that's where the company is based. So it talks about the warranty a little bit, gives you the specs, introduction to the company, and tells you how to install it. Great, thank you for that. Next we have a couple of Velcro cable ties, as well as 4 screws for installing at the back of the case. Now these are longer than normal screws, and I discovered why that is yesterday, because the Fractal Design R2 case actually has padding at the back near the power supply for noise deadening, so that's why the screws have to be a little bit longer to reach through that padding. So then we have a European style power cord, which I'm assuming the North American models will ship with a North American model plug, but this is just a sample, so I'm guessing that that didn't happen so much. Do not eat this. Thank you. That is all. Piece of foam. Don't eat that either. Decorational bag. Do not eat. Sorry, the joke's old now, I know. Let's have a look at the power supply first, and then we'll look at the modular cables that are included with it. So it comes in a nice little Fractal Design bag that has the string wrapped 352 million times around the power cord, so I'll have to detangle that somehow before I can open it. There we go. Very clean modular interface on this unit. I really like that. All of the modular cables look like they are the same, and I can't see if it's labeled. Right, it wouldn't be labeled which rail they're running off of because there is a single 12-volt rail. So, my bad. You know what? There. Okay, Fractal Designs has figured out some things that it seems to take other companies way too long to figure out. There are 2 attached cables, and that is it. There's a 20+4 pin, so a 24-pin ATX connector, and then there is a 4+4 8-pin P4 connector. That's it. You see so many fully modular power supplies that have a 24-pin, a 4-pin, and a separate 8-pin. How many motherboards take a 4-pin and an 8-pin? Very few. Very few. Although there are some that do, so I'll give them that. Okay, let's have a look at the overall finish of this unit. It's a matte black. It's fairly fingerprint resistant based on my quick test here, where I basically put my finger on it and see if it leaves a print. At the back, we've got a standard honeycomb sort of a mesh on-off switch, as well as the power plug receptacle there. Here we list the specs again, which we already had a fairly close look at, but it also says something about warranty void if the seal and label is broken, so be careful of that. On the top, you've got that it passed all of its tests. That's really good. If you don't see those stickers, maybe return it. And then on the bottom, we find a 135 millimeter fan. So there you go. Passed, warranty void if removed. Okay, let's have a look at all of the cables that we can plug into this modular interface. So they allow us to plug 10 additional cables into this guy. So let's get started here. In the first pouch, we have 2 6+2 pin PCI Express. Okay? Oh, no, we have 3. That's kind of random. 3 6+2 pin. Okay, hopefully there will be another one later, because I can't think of any configuration that would need 3. Except maybe... no, not even that. Okay, yeah, no, I can't think of anything. There it is. Another 6+2 cable. There you go. So you can plug in up to 4 6-pin or 8-pin PCI Express plugs. Next we have 2 Molex. Actually, we've got more. You know what? I'm just going to take all of these out so that I can talk about them all at the same time. There we go. That would be more efficient, right? Okay, so let's get all the Molex ones together here. So we have 3 Molex plugs that we could potentially use. One of them has 4 Molex connectors on it. One of them has another 4 Molex connectors on it, and another one has 2 Molex connectors and 1 floppy connector. Okay, and then next we have Sata, and this seems like a bit of a deficiency. Oh no, that's not too bad. I thought it was only 2 by 3, but it's actually 2 by 4. So you can plug in 8 Sata devices, and you can see these cables are nice and long. I mean, can you imagine a tower that's actually that tall to your optical drive at the top? Very few. Okay, maybe there is one, but I kind of doubt it. And actually, that's another thing I wanted to point out. You can see that the cables for the 8-pin here is also very long, and there's a reason for that. Their R2 case actually has a bottom-mounted power supply, so they've accounted for you to have to route it up behind the motherboard tray and then bring it around to where the normal 8-pin or 4-pin connector would be on your motherboard. Thank you for checking out my unboxing of the Newton 800-watt modular power supply.